There's 7 Qurans, so you cannot tell me of what is real, what is...
There's not 7 Qurans,
Are you telling me? What are you telling me? There's a Quran. There's a Quran
Sir.
from Africa. There's a Quran from Saudi Arabia. There's a half, and there's whoever's guys. What are you telling me?
You do not understand the difference between qira'at. You do not understand the difference between recitation styles and the actual Quran.
So the thing
Stop
that
talking
you
for a
stand
second.
on is that
Stop
the
talking
content
for a
is the
second.
same.
Stop talking for a second, okay? Because if I can't get my point across, then what you're doing is you're just listening to yourself.
I'm listening to you.
No, you're not, because I'm not
Why
able
am I
to speak.
questioning you?
Okay, you're questioning me, but you're not allowing me to actually present.
So if I'm not listening to you,
You're listening to yourself.
How do I question to you?
Yeah.
How do I question you on what
Because,
you're saying?
Sir, you are still talking, and you are still not allowing me to speak. So I'm going to correct you on a few things. You cannot teach me about Islam, because I can ask you things that are fundamental that you may pretend like you know. For example, how about a basic question? What are the 5 pillars of Islam?
I don't know the 5 pillars.
Great. What are the 6 articles of faith?
I don't know
Great.
the 6.
Can you recite Surah Al-Fatiha for me?
No, but I can
Fantastic.
tell.
Now stop.
If
Now
I
stop.
go
We've
to
established.
dig it- if I go
Sir,
to, if I
let
take
me
my time
finish.
to bring them up, I'll
Allow
bring
me
them
to
up from
finish,
my
sir.
notes and stuff.
Allow me to finish,
It's
sir.
not
No
stuff
problem.
that I memorize.
No problem, sir.
I
What
think
we have
memorized.
established is that I have greater knowledge than you. When it comes
In Islam.
Sir, no problem. You can use that qualifier in Islam, which means that you cannot teach somebody who knows more than you. You can learn from somebody who knows more than you. Okay? This is a fundamental principle. Sir, let me finish.
If I'm a student,
you cannot even take 15 seconds of your time
I cannot. When
to
someone is
remain
not
silent.
telling me, when someone is not telling me something that is incoherent, that is coherent, and it's incoherent, I cannot take it.
Everything that I said so far was coherent.
If I'm going to school, my teacher is teaching me.
Yeah.
I have not graduated. That means I have not learned everything. But if someone else comes and tells me from what I've learned to be false, I will tell them that this is false, even though I have not graduated the class.
Okay, so when I asked you about the fundamentals, which a child will know.
Tell me the fundamentals of Islam.
Okay, so I will explain them to you. When you're talking about the recitation styles, which are often confused between various versions of a Quran, there is only one Quran. It is in the Arabic language. During its compilation process, it did not have diacritical marks. So, in order for it to be standardized during the Caliph of Uthman, radiallahu anhu,
When he burnt a whole bunch of them?
Sir, I'm not dodging the subject. And what you're saying is true. He did burn a bunch of them, but which ones did he burn?
Why did he burn them?
Now, that's a wonderful question. So, because you had people that had masahif, which are the actual writings that included their own commentaries. And in order for somebody to not get confused between what is Quran and what is commentary, he decided to burn the remaining copies and
Why?
Sir.
Who gave him the authority to say you be the judge and you compile
No
and
problem,
you delete?
sir.
You said
No problem,
you the
sir.
one who chose it.
No problem.
Why
sir.
didn't
Just
Muhammad himself
exercise
do that?
a little bit of patience? Because Muhammad ﷺ passed away. So now,
Why didn't he do it before passing away?
Okay.
It's the book of no confusion. It's a book that explains everything in details. Yes, yet it says there's some stuff that you're not going to understand. Why are you contradicting yourself?
It's not a contradiction. Let's take it step by step. You see, you're quick at shotgunning claims, but you don't give the time for the response to be given. So in regards to the standardization, do you understand the process that was taking place in regards to...
He was... This is what I understand. You asked me, so I have to answer.
Let me finish, sir. Do you understand...
Are you asking me or you telling me?
No problem. Do you understand the process that was taking place to standardize?
I understand in
Tell
this
me
fashion.
the process
That's
that
what
was
I want to
taken.
tell you. He said there is... People are saying this, people are saying that. The guys out of Africa, the Muslims out of Africa, they had a different version of the recitation. The people on this side in Persia had their own different recitation.
Okay.
Saudis had their own different recitation. Uthman decides, I'm going to take all of this, we're going to compile one.
No, this is not true, sir. Okay, so in regards to the standardization, the process, which is what I had asked you on, had required 2 witnesses of the revelation being directly heard or seen from the Prophet ﷺ. So it required 2 people to attest whatever verse was being revealed.
So
Just wait, sir. I didn't ask you a question. I'm just informing you of things you don't know.
they're
Now,
questionable.
just be patient, sir. Be patient, sir. Now, in regards to the compilation process, in Islam, we rely on an oratory tradition first, and then a scriptural tradition second. The way that the Quran was preserved was through an oratory form.
I know that.
Correct.
Have you done the telephone call?
Now, I'm going to tell you why the telephone call doesn't make sense, because this is just a complete red herring. The reason why it doesn't make sense is because you're assuming only one person heard recitation. In reality, you had thousands of people here.
And you don't apply the same to the Bible.
Sir, you don't have an oratory tradition in the Bible.
What do you mean? They sang, they were singing the Psalms.
Sir, this is
They
the
wrote
Torah
the scrolls.
tradition. You had the Mishnah, which was the oratory tradition of the Jews.
So,
when it
if
comes,
that
sir,
is,
please,
if
please,
that
please,
is
please,
in
sir.
line with the
At
New
this-
Testament, why am I supposed to say this is not?
Sir, when it comes to the preservation of the Bible, you had the
Do you
Mishnah.
believe the Torah?
Will you please just let
you
me
believe
finish?
the
You're
Torah?
now jumping to a 16th thing. Please allow me to
I
finish.
can jump to 1,000 things.
You can jump
if
to a
it's
bunch of
just
things,
true.
but your foundation on anything that you jump on is so weak that you're.
How?
Because the moment that I probe the depths of your knowledge on something,
What
you
did you
fall
probe?
through and sink.
Tell me
Okay, one thing that I probed the depths of your knowledge on was the preservation process of the Quran, and you sank.
You're asking me about the Quran. I'm
Because
telling you
you're
about
making-
the Bible. I'm telling you what I know
Sir,
about the Quran.
tell me about the way that the Mishnah was preserved.
The Mishnah,
Yes, this is the oratory tradition of the Torah.
they sung. The priests read the scroll. They
Scrolls.
sang.
There's no scrolls. It's oratory, sir.
What was given to Moses?
Go ahead. I'm listening.
What was given to Moses? Was it words or it was written?
We have different worldviews, sir. We have different worldviews.
It was
if you're
written,
asking me,
and the priest, who was only the person who could go into the Holy of Holies, where the Ark of the Covenant is, he would read the scripture to
sir,
the
I'm
people.
not talking
And then
about the
they say-
scripture. You have the Torah and you have the Mishnah and you have the Talmud. Okay? The Mishnah is the oratory tradition that the Pharisees had upkept. Okay? This is the very oratory tradition that Jesus told you to pay attention to. He said, do as they say, not as they do, because they don't follow the law. They don't follow the oratory tradition.
Where was the law?
Hold on, sir.
How was the law given unto Moses?
Hold on, sir.
Was he taught it to him and then he went to tell the people?
From our worldview, the law was revealed
Don't
to
give me
Moses.
worldview. Give me truth and facts.
Sir,
How was the law
the way
given
that
unto
we
Moses?
the way that we explore what is truth and what is fact is by presenting our evidences for the worldviews.
Listen,
In the Islamic worldview,
what you know, I will tell you this.
Okay.
What you know came later, and it tells you that what you are receiving now, if it's confusing you, if you're not believing it, go check the previous, and we have the previous. And you cannot tell me that the new thing is claiming to be original over the old
Now, sir,
thing.
do you know
that
what-
is confusing.
No problem.
That is not acceptable.
so this
in
is a
any-
claim. Now this
It's
is
not a claim.
You literally just claimed that we should go check the old in regards
That's
to
what,
what we have.
that's what your Quran says.
Now, what else does it say? What you're doing is you're plucking one thing out of context, and then you're saying this is what it says, and therefore it means. For example, what was the prophet's response to this revelation?
What revelation?
To
When
the
he was
fact
told?
that you should go that you should go check the previous scriptures. What was his?
He
Hold
goes
on,
and
sir.
he went and got some Jews who were telling him about
No,
what's written.
this is an egregious lie. You literally just made something up.
He was not listening to the guys who used
No,
to be
sir.
Jews, and they were reciting
Sir.
these things to him.
No.
He was asking them about the. He did not know
Sir.
how to read. What are you talking about? Where did he get the information about the scriptures?
Sir, now you're making a 17th claim.
Where did he get
It
the
is-
information
Sir.
about what was written?
We
in
will
the
deal
Torah?
with it step by step. Where did he get it? The answer is God. He got it through revelation. Stop.
The
Just stop.
99. The 99.
Now you're going to go to an
names,
18th claim. 99 names now.
All
Okay.
of them.
Let me know when you're
I'm
done.
the Alpha and the Omega is words that were already said by Christ, and
Sir.
then your new God is
Sir,
going to say, "This
please.
is me."
This is becoming incredibly embarrassing at this point because what you're doing is You're literally ducking and dodging. Listen to me. You don't know. You don't know
sir. Jesus. You don't know the Bible.
Okay.
Right?
Thank you, sir. Thank you for preaching.
The things that I've learned about the Quran, I cannot give them to you.
You haven't learned anything. You haven't learned anything.
You may say.
No, but I'm
not from here, bro. I'm from Malawi, Africa. It's a 50-50.
What does that matter?
I grew up with the Muslim religion and with the Christian religion.
Yeah.
So I know.
You don't know anything about Islam. You just chose Christianity because it felt good.
You don't know about Christianity.
I do. I'm having a thorough discussion with you biblically.
You have not told me anything biblical about Jesus.
Here's biblical. John 20:17 says that he's going to his God. Explain to me how God has a God.